All right, this is a very exciting call. I'm not going to talk about myself really, but just to introduce myself, my name is Alexis. If you don't know me, 26 years old, and I've been in the industry full time for the past couple of years, the past 2 years to be exact. And I mean, what can I really say? This opportunity has changed my life. This type of environment alone has changed my life, and that's why we say community is so important. Your environment literally shapes you. Okay, your five closest friends are the people that are literally going to shape the trajectory of your life, believe it or not. If you hang around five rich friends, you're gonna be the sixth one. If you hang around five broke friends, you're gonna also be the sixth one. So get yourself in the room, get yourself in the environment. And guys, if you don't have that in your day to day life, you have it here. You can show up in the chats every day, you can be on these calls every day. That's your environment. But guess what? Now we're going to take it to the whole other level. Okay? If you know, you know. If you don't know, stay tuned to the end of this call because we have a major announcement. And if you don't stay to the end of this call, you're going to miss the great news. All right? And it really, truly is great news. It is literally the reason that I'm here today. Like I said prior, it's the reason that I got in entrepreneurship. And it's the thing that has honestly kept me around in entrepreneurship because we know that the path less traveled is usually the harder path, right? But guys, with that all being said, we got the 70. Let's go. Clap it up for yourselves. Come on now. Come on. Clap it up. Clap it up. We got the 70 participants on this call today. Very exciting. And we're still growing. But guys, with all that being said, I'm just very excited. So hopefully you guys can feel that through the camera. But I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first speaker. All right. If you guys don't know, this girl, this woman, okay, Miss Leanne, I wanted to say Denoso, but now it's Cruz. She's a freshly, newlywed. So congratulate her in the chat. Miss Leanne, she has been a full-time digital entrepreneur for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years at this point. She has achieved great levels of success in this industry, truly a boss woman. And let me tell you guys, being a female myself, it's cool to see other females just dominating, just dominating. This girl is literally dominating. She is such a firecracker. She has just this energy about her that everybody loves her. So, guys, without further ado, I'm going to bring on Miss Leanne. If you guys want to just drop some emojis in the chat, some fire emojis, some queen, some crown emojis. Let's just show her some love, and I'm going to pass it to you.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Alexis?
Yep, you're good.
Awesome. I appreciate you so much. And honestly, I love your energy. Okay. When you hop on calls, I am locked in, ready to listen. So thank you so much for opening this up. This is a crazy important call. So we got a stacked lineup today, starting off with Alexis as our host. And I'm really excited to share my part. I literally been traveling. Cruiser and I did get married. So we went on our honeymoon. So we were out of the country, and then we had a wedding to go to, and now we're back in Seattle, more locked in than ever before. And so if you know, you know. If you are locked in, then you feel the vibes. You know that the energy here with this group is just skyrocketing going into quarter 4 of the year. So I'm really excited to be on this call. If you hopped on the call today, consider yourself blessed because this is going to be the start. Oh my God, not me quoting High School Musical. This is going to be the start of something new. No, but really, this is going to be something that we are setting up for you guys that we are so excited to be announcing today. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm not even going to go into who I am because honestly, what we got going on today and the topic is going to be super exciting. So for those of you who are on our last major announcement call, you were given the details for our lock-in that we are hosting in Arizona next year, which is going to be 2026, right? So a lot of you drop a 1 in the chat if you were on that call, if you are aware of the lock-in happening and you were going to go, right? Drop a 1, drop a 1. All right, because I know a lot of you guys who are on today's call were on that call. However, what I'm going to tell you guys today is something we are taking that event and we are switching it up. Okay, you guys, we are going to be doing it not in January, okay, which is honestly, if you are setting your New Year's goals for the new year, it's too late. It's too late, right? We want to prepare for the year. So in Arizona, December 12th through the 14th, this is when the lock-in dates will be. Okay, so whatever you saw previously about the lock-in happening in January, it is now going to be in December. This gives you 2 full weeks ahead of getting into 2026 to lock in and take your business, take your trading to the next level. Okay. Now, the reason for the date change, of course, we want to lock in before the actual year, get ourselves ready. I don't know about you, but I know about the 90-day delay. The 90-day delay means whatever you're working on right now, you will not see the fruits of your labor until 90 days later. So I already am starting my New Year's resolutions. Okay. So we wanted to make that earlier, but not only that is we actually, okay, got in contact with one of the top leaders of our organization who's going to be flying an international flight to attend this lock-in and work hands on with all of the attendees. Okay. So I want you guys, I'm going to announce who our guest at this lock-in is going to be. Everybody drop a 100 in the chat because this man is making a significant amount of money through this business. He has duplicated leader after leader after leader. If there's anyone who has, the secret sauce, it is Chris Katanos. He is going to be flying in for this event for all of you guys to attend and give you guys the education, the knowledge, and grind with you at this event. I still can't believe it. He is taking the time to fly out here to the United States, living out there in the UK. I don't know what the huge differences are, but I know it's a huge difference. Even the time zone is crazy. So for him to be making that sacrifice for you guys is just, it's a blessing. Okay. So that is who we will be having at this event. And that is obviously why we have him on today's flyer. And he is going to be talking today with you guys. So do not hop off this call, okay? Because there's a lot more value coming, all right? Now, what I'm going to break down for you guys is exactly what this lock-in is going to look like, okay? So it is going to be the 12th through the 14th. Let me actually look at my... All right, this is Friday until Sunday, okay? So it is the second weekend in December, the 12th through the 14th, a Friday through a Sunday. Now, during this weekend, we are going to be having an event, Saturday the 13th. This event is going to be where you can invite guests, you can invite people who are students, people who are just in the academy, people who are trading, people who are building. This is going to be the event of all events, not only because we have Chris there, but we have all of you guys flying in to attend this. You can have other people who maybe are interested in trading, have them fly in. People who are interested in building residual income, have them fly in. People who are local to Arizona, start networking now, okay? Because Saturday, December 13th, we will be hosting an in-person event for all of you and all of your guests, okay? Now, what the itinerary looks like, I think this is, there we go, let's see. I was told to refresh. Okay, this is the itinerary. Now, on Friday, okay, we will be flying in. This can be at any time, whatever, okay? Fly in in the morning. I know some people, I'm one of those people who loves to get where I need to go early. So you could also fly in Thursday night. But our official start time will be Friday night's training at 5 p.m. Okay, so put it in your calendar. If you are flying in, you want to make sure that you're not taking a nap, you're not running late, you're not in your Uber. You are at the training when we start at 5 p.m. Friday night. This training will be hours long. We're going to be locking in. We're going to be not only just learning, but we're going to be grinding. We're going to be taking what we are learning in person and applying it as soon as possible. Trust me, that's the key to success right there. Saturday's event will be at 2 p.m. We will be grinding before that. And then lastly, on Sunday, before we head out, we are going to be either, working on our leads, working on our trading, getting things done. And like I said, implementing what we've just learned through the lock-in, and also connecting as a group, because Sunday fun day, everybody's flying in, you're excited to see everybody, and we will be doing something, fun as like a team bonding type of activity. Just because we know a lot of you guys meet each other on the internet, you see each other on these calls, but finally getting to be in person and connect and have a good time and work together. I think Alexis literally said, you are who you hang around. You are the people that you associate with. And so being a part of a group like this, being in person and getting to, meet with people and talk about your life and talk about your goals and talk about your families, it is beautiful. Okay. And then we fly home anytime Sunday after 5 p.m. I will say though, if you are somebody who wants to go above and beyond, okay, you are locked in to the lock-in, okay, we will be arriving, okay, a lot of the top leaders here, we will be arriving Tuesday night. So if you want to grind with us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, tap in, show up early those days, and we will be all meeting and grinding. And a lot of the top leaders like myself, Cruiser, Alexis, Chris, we will be, I see Kelsey on here, Ace on here, they will be there early, okay? And that's just what the leaders do, right? So if you're somebody who's like, I want to be committed, I want to be around these people, I want to learn from these people in more of like a small group, then it's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday is when we're arriving. So if you want to arrive Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, just come early. You can be a part of that with us. But again, the official lock-in is going to be 12th through the 14th, okay? Now, if you are ready to register today, go ahead, pull up your phone or screenshot this if you're on your phone, and follow the link here to register. You want to get your spot. This also helps us to gauge exactly the venue that we're going to be getting, the amount of seats that we're going to need to rent. And I'm leaving right now. See y'all there. See y'all there. Right after another rant, so I'm going to be fired up. Honestly, I love that, right? So register today, get locked in. Do not wait. Do not be the person who tries to show up the day of, who tries to register the day of. You guys, if you want to win in life, you got to win in all areas of life. That means being organized. That means being on top of your schedule. And that means registering today, registering early. So go check out the website and do that. Yes, please don't wait, Skylar said. All right, that is it for my part. I am so excited to see you guys all in person at this event. We talk about these events and we talk about them as if like, we want you to come for us, but really, you guys, this is for you. Okay. When I got started in this industry at 18 years old. When I was 18 years old and I was showing up to these events, it wasn't because my mentor wanted me to be there. It was because I wanted to be there because I knew what this was going to do for me. And now, 10 years later, I have not had to work a job. I have been self-employed. I have been making money through network marketing, through trading for a decade. And that is not by accident. That is because every event, I kid you not, every event that I had the opportunity to attend, I was there. Every small nugget that you get from these events is one after another it's the key that unlocks your success. Okay. So be there. The link is this is the QR code. So go ahead and scan it. Oh, thank you, Alexis. Perfect. So register today. I promise you, this is going to change your life. You want to be there. Be grateful that this is an opportunity that is being put together for you by everyone. You don't got to make all these plans. It is set up for you. All you got to do is show up. So I'm going to pass it back to Alexis because we have an amazing speaker who's going to be following. I'm so excited to hear from him. But Alexis, thank you so much.
Amazing, guys. Who's excited for Arizona? I know I am. I've actually been wanting to go to Arizona for the longest. I actually have never been to Arizona yet, so definitely catch me there. All right. But guys, obviously Leanne, she gave a little bit of a brief introduction of our next speaker. And honestly, what do they say? This is a person who does not need any introduction. All right. But now, before I do give him a quick introduction, obviously, I'm going to give him one because this is my mentor. Okay. This is my personal mentor. I have a lot of gratitude for him. I really appreciate this gentleman. And he's done a lot for me in this journey. So I'm definitely going to give him one. But for the ones on here who may be new, maybe you're a guest, you're probably like, man, there's no way this guy's making that much money at 25 years young. Well, I honestly didn't share any testimonials in the beginning of this, so I quickly just want to share with you guys a testimonial of the man himself, all right? Literally today, leveraging our AI scanners, right? And if you guys aren't leveraging them and you've been in the community, I don't know what you're doing, but we're going to give you guys some cool announcements about that towards the end of this call. But I'm going to show you guys just briefly, what it's been doing for him, so you guys can see for yourself. So can everyone see the screen? Just drop a 1 in the chat. Obviously, this is our community, our testimonials. Drop a 1 and make sure that you guys can see this. All right, awesome. So this was a testimonial that we dropped earlier today that he shared. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and play it so you guys can see for yourself.
All right, guys, so Sniper Pro called another trade for us. As you can see, if you bring the phone over, +7 scorecard. I've just been on this chart for the last hour, okay? It's called free trades. There was a sell up here. I don't know if you can see. Let me show you guys. Sell up there, that's sell 1, okay? Then there was another sell in here, that's sell 1, and it's called a +7 scorecard. And this Sunday, let me show you today's results. Able to make 1,600. And of course, a month, 18,000 profit, 16,000 withdrawal. And of course, you can't withdraw from a fake account. Okay, absolutely incredible product, guys. I've never seen a product that can allow the average person with no experience to come onto this, learn a couple confirmations, and make money on any given day. The trading space is gonna be completely different. All right, Sniper Pro is a game changer. If you're not plugged in, get plugged in, guys.
You guys saw it. The man made 18 grand this month alone from trading simply using the scanner. No knowledge needed. The scanner told him when to buy, when to sell, when to get in, and when to get out. And obviously, he has more capital because he built the business, and he was able to, make that kind of money. But to highlight one other testimonial really quick before I pass the call off to him, this girl, Rose, I don't know if she's on this call, so I'm putting you on the spot, Rose, but she dropped this I think this was Friday, and she's been also leveraging the Trinity strategy that we created with Trendwave, Killshot, and Sniper Pro, which are 3 of our scanners combined. And she is someone who's only been here about, I think, 4 months, 4 or 5 months now. Came in, no experience trading, doesn't really know much about it. She's just been leveraging the scanners. Guys, if you don't take a hint after this call, I don't know what. I don't know what. If you haven't been logging in every single day, plugging in, I don't know at this point. But she made around $700 this past week, and she was able to withdraw $400 of that. She paid herself. Okay. So just to show you guys some of her actual profits, I mean, check this out, guys. Insane. Look at all those wins. Like, oh my goodness. Right. And all of that came from the scanners. So let me stop sharing my screen. But hopefully that sheds light to you, to if you haven't been fully taking advantage of the system we have. Even myself, I'm gonna be honest, I'm over here like, oh my gosh, I need to get with the scanners more, because I'm over here building the business. I'm over here just taking some copy trades. But yeah, guys, the scanners are definitely that. And it's changing the game when it comes to this industry for any and everybody. All right. So, guys, obviously, you just saw him, Chris Gitanos, my mentor. Like I said before, I really greatly appreciate this person. He's done a lot for me. He's he's a great mentor. He's someone who truly leads by example. All right. The man went from, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Well, let me not say income claims. All right. I'm not going to throw out how much he makes, but if you don't get the picture, you kind of can get it just seeing what he made in his trading profits. But this man made a drastic leap in income from, I think, a month in like the span of maybe 90 days or less. All right. I saw that man go from here to here in a matter of just a few months, guys. And that's the type of leadership we have. That's the type of community we have. Those are the type of standards we have in this group, to just show people what's possible. And like I said before, he's leading by example. He's doing it. And not only that, he's bringing people with him. He's dragging people along with him because the bottom is way too crowded. You know, the top, there's plenty of room for everybody here to win. It's just a matter of the ones who are actually, willing and serious and really want it for themselves. But as I said before, this man doesn't really need an introduction. All right. One thing I will say about the UK people, okay, he's from the UK if you didn't get it from his accent, but they are very humble. All right. And I love that about him. I love that about our UK team is they don't do a lot of talking. I love that. I don't really care for people who do a lot of this. I care to see the results. And one thing about it is Chris is gonna come on here. He's gonna come on all calm, cool, calm, collected. Like he ain't doing nothing, but trust me, this man is making big moves. So Chris, I'll hand the floor over to you and we appreciate you for being on here.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me just pin myself there. Appreciate you guys for being on this call today. And I just want to say, I think Leanne and Alexis, maybe let me put you both on a salary for edification. I've never wanted to re-sign up, right? As much as this call. You know, your words about me were amazing, right? If I was a prospect or if I was a guest, I'd be like, yeah, I gotta get started. So, guys, thank you for the kind words. Greatly, greatly appreciated. You two are amazing as well, as are most of you guys that I do know and love, of course, and I've worked with for a long period of time. And I'm honored. I'm honored to be able to be on these calls. I'm honored to be in a position to serve. I'm honored to, be able to help and impact people. And I don't take it for granted. I just want to say, Alexis did get it spot on. You know, I would definitely say I am a very humble person. Um, the UK is quite humble, but with a lot of ego involved in many different places. But, for the money I do make and the lifestyle I do live, I could definitely be less humble, right? For sure. But I truly believe that humility is the starting point for gratitude. I feel like as soon as you lose that humility, you lose the gratitude and the gratefulness for where you are, and you start honestly looking at everything you don't have. And I truly believe that most people are not successful in life, not because they're not making their money, but it's because they struggle to stay grateful for where they are, but hungry for more. And people can't find that balance. And I've always been able to find that balance. I've always been able to give praise to God and be grateful for where I am and be honored to serve and be honored to lead, but still be so hungry and disciplined for the next level. So if you guys feel the same, that you're grateful for where you are, but you're so hungry for where you're going to be by the end of the year, please just drop a one in the chat. Because for me, it's so important to understand as a leader. So I know that these incredible leaders are the same. It's so important to kind of know the mentality of the team because you can join a team and say, hey, Alexis, I found you on TikTok. You promote copy trading. Let me go make 1,000. You call it bucks, right? Bucks, 1,000 bucks, right? Let me go make 1,000 bucks. In my first week, I want to get started. I want to make money, and I no success is ever going to be that quick, right? I was actually going to show you guys my trading account just to give you that belief. I know a lot of people, it's crazy that people will be in this business and still not believe in the business, you know? People will be paying for the business and still not be in the business. It's like people will be in a relationship and they don't even want to be in a relationship. Isn't it crazy how we work as human beings? Doesn't it make sense to, if you're going to be in something, to be in it? That makes sense, right? It's like for me, I've always had that mentality where I go all in or I go home. I'm not here to be 1 foot in the door and 1 foot outside the door. I'm here to be all in the door. Both my feet are going to be in. I'm either sinking or I'm swimming. It's that all in or all out mentality. And that's what's got me to where I am today, where I'm 25 years of age. I am a multiple six-figure earner, pushing towards seven figures. My goal was by the end of this year to have seven figures liquid in capital. And that goal can still very much come to fruition at 25 years of age, turning 26 in by the end of this month. And I truly, truly give praise to God. And I just want to thank you guys as well, because of course, without the ability to be able to lead, I wouldn't be where I am. And I don't take that for granted. I take mentorship and menteeship very serious. So look, we have an event coming up. It's crazy. It just landed it at the right time. I'm actually going to be in Vegas on the 3rd to the 5th of December for GoPro. Put a one in the chat if you know who Eric Worre is, right? Put a one in the chat if you know who Eric Worre is. Eric Worre is like the GOAT of my industry, of this, I say my industry like I created it. This industry, right? The GOAT of this industry, the same industry that you're in. He has a private jet with his name on it, that kind of rich, right? The godfather of network marketing. And I've had the honor to be able to meet him multiple times now. I've been to his house, multi-million pound or dollar, should I say, or Burks, right? Mansion in the hills of Las Vegas. And I'm obviously going there towards the end of this year. And it's a privilege because every single year he does these. And it's not cheap. It's 5,000. Sorry, I gotta say it, 5,000 bucks, right? 5,000. That's the last time, right? I don't want to kill the joke, right? 5,000 bucks. And so not cheap. Definitely not cheap. And it's crazy. I think that he makes millions just from coaching that 1 month a year. It's insane. And he came up in the industry of network marketing, not having the resources that we have, not having the products and services that we have, not having social media. Guys, these people were knocking on doors. They were doing in-person prospecting every day. They were getting dressed up to go and speak to random people on the street. Been in the industry for years. Some of you guys are actually making money in the industry in 1 to 2 years, and you think you're failing. I actually quit this industry after 2.5 years. I joined back into the industry, became a six-figure earner in 12 months, held that position for another year, made over £250,000 in 1 year. This year went on to double that income and make so much more. Alexis said no income claims, but you guys aren't putting this anywhere. I'm not here to flex. I'm here to inspire. Do you know what the opposite of inspiration is? Who can tell me? Who knows what the opposite of inspiration is? Anyone know? What's the opposite of inspiration? Jealousy. The reason why people don't win in this life is because they can't look at someone like me and become inspired. The reason why I'm where I am is because no matter what level of success you're at, no matter who you are, whether you're younger than me, whether you have less success than me, or whether you're not even in my industry and I will always find a way to find inspiration. Always. I've never been jealous. And I just feel like because my heart has always been full and it's never been hard, I've been able to receive the blessings that I've been able to receive. And I want you all to just picture this. If some of you are grinding right now, and look, I don't know kind of what my segment was meant to be. I don't know whether just a little training or just a little insight to me and why you guys need to be at this event. I don't know, but I'm just rolling off the tongue right now. Right? But the reason why I'm where I am is because I've never looked at someone in envy. I spent many years in this industry, broke and struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, having my parents tell me it's not going to work, you know, honestly, almost every single day, having my friends laugh at me. To this day, I still don't have one of my friends in my business, not one. Having going to family functions and having my TikToks being played and laughed at family functions to the point where I just stopped going. And it's crazy that after all of these things, it never stopped me from dreaming. And what people will do every single day is they will try and suck your dream out of you because they don't believe in theirs. Because you have the courage to go after what you want and they don't. Because you have the courage to do something that they're not willing to do, they are intimidated by you. And I just want to encourage every single one of you that I am a live testimonial to what is possible. When you work hard, you are consistent, and you chase growth. I've been trading now for a long time. I was making more money from trading than I was network marketing for a period of time. I've been able to see massive success in both elements. Guys, those results are honestly just from Sniper Pro. It really is. Sniper Pro is an incredible product, and Jifu is an incredible company. And what I've been able to become good at, guys, is I'm an opportunist. For some reason, I can get results in places that other people can't. And I was really trying to think about it the other day. Why do some people win? Why is it that some people just, they always win? And some people, they just find it difficult to win. Or maybe win long term. I don't know. And I truly believe that the reason why I keep winning and other people don't win is because every single time I try to win, I make it inevitable. And I don't want this to go over your heads. I want to make this very clear. I'm not and have never been 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I have always been able to give something 100% of the energy that it deserves. I make success inevitable. If I'm going to trade and I'm going to risk a certain amount, I'm not here biting all my fingernails off because I'm in drawdown. I chose that. I knew what my decision was. If I'm going to risk more, I'm going to make more. Or I'm going to lose more. I make losing inevitable at a certain amount and I make winning inevitable at a certain amount. And I don't worry about it. The problem most people face is they are in worry. Always. Worrying if people are going to start believing. Worrying if their content's going to go viral. Worrying if this trade is going to win. Worrying how they're going to pay for the subscription. Worrying, worrying, worrying. You spend so much time thinking that you do nothing. That's the issue most people face. They think more than they work. I don't think. Don't that sound crazy? Someone as young and successful as me doesn't think? You're like, Chris, how does that even make sense? It makes perfect sense. I don't think. I just do. It's so cliche. And it's not even that advanced, what I'm saying. What I'm saying isn't like, that's what I needed to hear. I mean, it's on the Nike logo. You just do it. You see it every day. It's on Nike. Literally, Nike's slogan is just do it. It's simple. I don't think. I just do. Should I post content? Do I need to make sure my content's perfect? Do I need to make sure my hair looks like this? Do I worry about what people think about me? Should I take this trade because if I lose this trade because I'm over leveraging, it's my last pennies and I don't know what to do? Should I quit my job? No, you shouldn't because you're not making enough money. Should I build the business? Should I care what my mum thinks? Should I do this? It's like everything you're just thinking. I would rather be consistent than be perfect. Write that down if you're taking notes. I would rather be consistent than be perfect. If you go on my Instagram and you go through my content and you go through everything, you would just see that I am just an imperfect person with what looks like perfect results. Because even though I'm not that great, look, guys, I'm good. But being great is a moving target. No one is great at anything because great is something you chase. Great is something you chase. Yes, you might be one of the greats, LeBron James, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kobe Bryant. You know, these guys. I don't know the NFL players. There's one white guy, Tom Brady, right? You might be you might be these individuals and look, they're great. They're legends. Michael Jackson, they're great, they're legends. But being great is a moving target and good is the enemy of great. That's the thing. And as soon as someone believes that they're good, what do you think happens to them? What do you think happens to them? You got it right, bro. Some people are satisfied with good because they get comfortable. And that's why good is the enemy of great. But good shouldn't be the enemy of great. Good should be the stepping stone to great. So now I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm my money's good, not great. I'm chasing 100 million. You know, I'm like, Alex Morton is my inspiration. He's made 80 million in the industry. I'm like, okay, I haven't even hit my first million yet. I got a long way to go. I'm 25. He made his first million at 25. So if he made his first million at 25, I'm on the same trajectory here. He's mentoring me. He's working with me. I'm like, okay, I've got an opportunity to push for great. So what does that mean for you guys? It means that I'm telling you it's okay right now to even be bad. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that you're so worried about where you aren't at or what you struggle with. You're so worried about that where there's people watching you thinking, wow, you have the courage to do something that I'm not even willing to do. But you're worried about how bad you look. And someone else is seeking inspiration from your decision. Whether they sign up or not, they're actually seeking encouragement from your decision to say yes. And you're looking at yourself like I'm failing. You know, no one's joining me. I'm not making money trading. Guys, let me ask you a question. If it took you 5 years to make 20 grand a month from trading, would you wait 5 years? If it took you 5 years to make 100K a month from network marketing, would you wait 5 years? You know, someone said to me the other day, this is when I was on about £10,000 profit. I've been making money from trading for a while. It's just, you know, the problem is with me, I'm too transparent. I've realized like there's not many leaders in the industry that are as transparent as me. Like I would show you my bank account, like if I could. Like I just I don't know. I just want people to know that making money actually exists. Like we're not lying. You know, people actually think I'm lying, and it's got to the point where it's funny. Do you guys ever feel like that? You know when people like think it's a scam? You know when someone the other day, right? Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you guys a story. I was out shopping. I made 6 grand on Friday, and I was like, you know what, let's go shopping. So I went shopping with my one of my boys, Sam. He's in the business, right? And we was in the shop, and I picked up a load of stuff. I don't know if you have a Reese in America. It's like a nice clothing store. It's like nice t-shirts. Anyway, right? And she's speaking to me about what I do, asking me what I do and stuff, and I said to her, have you ever been interested in making more money online? She's like, are you a scammer? And I just thought in my head, residuals just landed. They just landed before I paid. I made 6 grand from trading. You're asking me if should I even help you? Like, I actually sat there and I thought, I started laughing. And I said to her, that is, I said, how do I tell her that I've made over 20 grand today? How do I tell her that without sounding like, how do I tell her that? she, without sounding even more like a scammer, you know? So it's like, you have to let people be. And I'm at the point where I'm so abundant that I looked at her and I felt sorry for her, that her closed mind, right, is going to keep her in that position, because how many of us know there's nothing more expensive than a closed mind? There's no amount of money that I could have spent in that store that would have compensated for her closed mind. Yet she served me. How was I supposed to tell her that I made her yearly salary that day? Guys, I'm not saying this I hope you guys don't take this as I'm flexing. I promise you I'm not. I want to just help you all understand what's possible. And at this event, it's not about the value you're going to gain. Well, it is, of course, right? But honestly, proximity is power. The only way any of you are going to believe it's possible is if you become close enough to somebody who's done it. And I always say you want to be close enough to relate and far enough to inspire. For the leaders in this group, this is for you. You want to be close enough to relate and far enough to inspire. When you guys are all around me, you're going to see I am literally a normal person. I laugh the same, I joke the same, I think the same. I just make more money because I probably have been doing this longer and I have a better mindset. That's it. I honestly don't want anybody to see me and think that I'm something special. I don't, it actually makes me quite uncomfortable. What I've realized is people in this industry thrive off the idea of being noticed, being someone important. And for me, it's not really that important. I just want to know that somebody believes because they've seen my story. That's what I care about. Someone believes because they know I exist, you know? And that's what's important. So coming to these events and traveling and making your way, guys, I don't care if it's on your last pennies, do it. I'll be honest with you. I don't care if it's your last pennies. You should spend it. The truth is, you're in the position you're in because of the decisions you've decided to make. That's the truth. Financially, health-wise, which is very important as well. Everyone wants to be as physically healthy as they possibly can, because that plays a big part in your success and your longevity and, you know, your mentality, all of these things, right? And coming to this event, you're going to be able to experience that proximity. And, you know, 3 years ago, I went to an event, Matthew, and you guys might know, you know, our first ever company's convention in Barcelona. I was there in April 2022. I went with no team. I was making put a 1,000 in the chat if you're a 1K earner in network marketing on this call. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, 3 years ago, picture this. I was your rank. I went to Barcelona for five. I went to Barcelona for an international convention on my last pennies with no team as a 1K a month earner. I walked on stage, I got my certificate. I looked around, I saw 8,000 people in a stadium. And I've still got the video. I'm sure I showed you guys the video last time I came to, when I came to, where did we go? We went LA, right? I showed you guys that video. And I remember walking on that stage and thinking, the next time I do this, I will be a 6-figure earner. Every broke moment I've ever made and every sacrifice I've ever made, I would go back and I'd do it 5 more times. When you have faith in your future, your present is secure. When you have faith in your future, your present is secure. You're so worried about what could go wrong because you don't even think about what could go right. Why do you think I've been able to win? I've been here longer and I just have a better mentality than you. That's the only difference. So please put a 1 in the chat if you're going to be at this event in Arizona. I've heard Arizona is a beautiful place. I'm excited. I've been to a few places in America now, so, you know, I'm excited. But leaders, have a look in the chat, see if any of your people will be there, right? Quite a few people are dropping 1s. All right, I'm not sure if they're dropping it twice or not, right? So, guys, have a look to see if your leaders are going to be there or your customers, your team members are going to be there. And, you know, if someone's like, oh, it's a 5-hour flight. Good. Buy the ticket. Get on the plane. What else you going to do? Just going to stay home? What else you going to do? What else are you going to keep struggling to pay rent? What else are you going to do? Do you have something better to do than come to this event and be inspired? What would you rather do with that money? You know, that's the mentality that you need to have. What better things do I have to do? Because unless you're making 6 figures and beyond, you need the flight. It could be the most important flight of your life. Are you willing to take that risk? I'll ask you guys, are you willing to take that risk to potentially miss out on the most important flight of your life? All because of what? $500 that you could have borrowed from your mom or your dad if you didn't have it, you know? That level of mentality, that's how you win. That's how you win. So I guess that was just a bit of a sneak peek to what you might get from me. Very transparent, very honest. Sometimes brutal. I try not to be nowadays. I just try to be inspiring, right? Mentorship is harsh words from a loving mouth. You know, That's what mentorship is. Um, but the main goal for me is to inspire. That's the main goal. It always will be. I'm looking forward to seeing the leaders again. Matthew, Leanne, we had a blast when we was there last time. We had a good laugh. And of course the leaders that you guys were with. What's that place we went to eat? Remind me. The unlimited meat thing. Oh, it was great. Fogo de Chao, that's it. Fogo de Chao. Can you say if there's not a Fogo de Chao in Arizona, I don't want to go. Right? Is there a Fogo de Chao? Can anyone let me know? Unlimited meat supply. It was crazy. He kept coming. Do you want? Yep, yep. It was mad, right? That good Brazilian. Yeah, it was great, right? And of course, Alexis and the other amazing leaders that are in this team with so much potential. Um, yeah, guys, I want all of you to set a goal to rank up at least once more before I arrive. I can't truly help mentor you until you go at least platinum, which is 2,000 a month and beyond. At that point, your business is at a certain level where I can actually help you grow in leadership. If you're not a platinum, we're just gonna honestly have the same conversations where I'm just installing belief into you that you can go platinum. Platinum is where you learn the skills. Up to platinum, you're just recruiting, you're posting. And guys, I want to make something very clear. Disclaimer. If I see you in Arizona and you want my advice, and the first thing I ask you is, do you post 3 times a day? And you say no, I can't help you. Right? So that's the disclaimer from now. It's the 5th of October. We got 2 months. If you see me in real life and you want my advice, and the first thing I ask you is, do you post 3 times a day? And you've already failed at that, I can't help you. All right? So you have 2 months to make sure that that's not you. Right? Because I want to help as many of you as possible. But I just can't help someone. It's like not brushing your teeth. When you wake up, do you brush your teeth? Some of you aren't going to say yes, and that's worrying. That's quite worrying that some of you aren't going to say yes. Right. Well, not posting 3 times a day when you're not making multiple 6 figures a year at the bare minimum is almost the same as waking up and not brushing your teeth. Honestly, it is. Okay? So I'm going to hand it back to Matthew, who's going to close up this call. I'm not sure what he's going to say, but I think it's like team announcements, stuff like that. But hopefully I didn't go on for too long, guys. I know it's been an hour. Sometimes when I talk, I just need to stop myself. I need to look at the clock or something and just stop myself. But I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm honored to be able to be a guest speaker and inspiration to many people. And I want to thank the top leadership of this team that puts their trust in me, Matthew, Leanne, Alexis. I want to thank you all for showing that trust in me and still believing in the vision of not just what GFU can do, but of course what I can also help in any way, provide for you guys, because that is my role, that is my job, and that's what I'm here to do. And I truly love what I do, and I want to help you guys get to the level that you all deserve to be at. So Matthew, I'm gonna hand it back to you. Let me just pin you, and yeah, please take it away, bro.
Wow. I am there's obviously nothing really left to say after hearing from, Leanne and Alexis and Chris. These guys did such an amazing job. And yeah, guys, you guys in a couple months are going to have the opportunity to learn from multiple, not just one, but multiple people who are financially independent because of this information, because of the exact same opportunity that you're in. And yeah, guys, so I'm so excited for Arizona. And shout out to Chris, absolutely killed the call. I don't particularly like long calls. If you guys know me, you know that. And honestly, I lost track of time just listening because of the value that he was dropping. And yeah, guys, there's nothing left to say after that. The only thing I'm going to say is I'm just gonna give you guys the schedule for the week, because every Sunday we give you guys the schedule for the week and we'll be done. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. We're going to do this very, very quickly, guys. I actually have a meeting here very, very soon. So check this out. So in October, we had set the theme of the month this last week. We announced and we said we're going to do Winter Arc, which is just basically the idea of the last 90 days of the year, really focusing on self-improvement, getting better, and just bettering ourselves in all areas. This last week was absolutely amazing. Drop some sevens in the chat if you guys got massive value in the back to the basics week that we did. This week we're going to be focusing on doing a trading and investing boot camp. Then we have the executive factory week, and then we have the personal growth week. So when it comes to the schedule for this week, guys, obviously we just had the major announcement of Arizona and what we have going on in December. Now for Monday, we have Skylar, who has been absolutely killing it every single Monday. I can't even remember the last Monday that he lost trade, which is crazy. So he's going to be doing his Monday markups, and we're going to be trading together on Monday. Maya's going to talk about becoming profitable and really going over the basics of when it comes to how trading actually works. Tuesday, Sniper Pro session with John Oliver. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. People have been getting such crazy results with Sniper Pro. We decided that we're going to leverage Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when John Oliver goes live and hop on GFU Live with John Oliver and be able to master Sniper Pro as a group, because we feel as if it's the most simple and accurate scanner and strategy that we could help the most amount of people. So that's what we're going to do. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll hop on in the morning. And then we have Ace. He's going to be going over the investor's blueprint. He's going to talk about the basics of how crypto investing actually works so you can build your portfolio the right way. Wednesday, Alexis is going to be going over Sniper Pro Mastery. She's been back testing it. She's been using the strategy. And these morning calls are more of like live trading sessions. These evening calls are sometimes we'll do live trading, but oftentimes it's more just like training. So Alexis is going to be doing that. On Thursday, Leanne is going to talk about how to go from zero to executive, how to get a free membership when it comes to GFU. And then I'm going to be doing an opportunity call on Friday for anybody who's new that wants to check out GFU and what we have going on. I'm going to be doing a call, and all the evening calls are at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So this is the schedule for the week. If someone could take a screenshot of this and drop it in the chat, I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm just going to say this. The person who's committed the most wins. Think of the person who's making the most on the call right now is Chris. Chris has to fly from, from London, from the UK to be at the event, help set up the event, run the event, right? He's the most committed person, and that's why he is where he is. For me, anytime there's an event going on or anytime there's something that I qualify for, I try to be that first person to register immediately and be that most committed person, because I know how much, everybody is putting into this. I know how much I'm going to get out of this. And so I want to be that person that registers that day, right then. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I believe that this event in Arizona is going to be the event that sets you up for success in 2026. If you ask me, like, yo, what would be the most important thing to do to set myself up for success in the new year, I would say make sure that you're in Arizona and make sure you bring as many people that you care about with you as you possibly can, guys. So that'll wrap up the call. And yeah, I will see you guys all on the schedule for the week. I'll see you guys all on the calls for tomorrow. You guys have an amazing rest of your guys' night. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great night. I'll see you guys on the calls, and I'll see you in Arizona. Bye for now, guys.